Hello everybody, this is Jonka Plonk, and today I'm starting a new series called A New Civilization and Law. So, this is the world map, you all know it. A group of people have spawned in, they've evolved from monkeys. And they make their own tribe called Mara or Mahra, however you want to pronounce it. And they say, wow, we're the first people here. We should colonize a lot of stuff just in case people don't like us. And they colonize. That's what they like to do. And they start the first city called Alessa. They make it the capital. Now they're bored, so they do nothing except expand. They've decided, let's look for some more coast. We'll be able to fish some more. But then disaster strikes. The people in the Western District, they say, hey, this is our fishing land. We never decided that you could suddenly come and take this for yourself, because it turns out there were some other people out there. And they start rebellion, and they become their own thing called Kunsa. And the capital is Nakar. And they're a little bit angry at each other, but nothing else really. And so after that they just chill. But then some people in the northern tip of, what is this called again? Mara. They decide that they want to use this bay as an advantage. So they go across the water, they use boats, they've made boats now somehow. They cross the bay using a boat, and they reach this new land in what is modern day Iran. And they say, hey, we found this. Should this be ours? And so they never actually give it to, they never submit it to the government of Mara. So they just take it for themselves. And they named the new country Barj al-Ku. They named the capital Kumri. And they make the borders weird for the fun of it. They have this weird panhandle. So, the people are bored. So, what do you do when you're bored? You explore. And they decide to explore the continent, or was continent, of India. And they find this area and they think, hey, that's pretty good. And they build houses there, start cities, and they're living the best life. They're still under the control of the Kumri. So they decide, I hate that the green are controlling us. Barj al Ku. And they say that apparently Barj al Ku is not treating them with proper fishing laws. So, what do? They start a rebellion and get their own new countries. Because, as of right now, nobody has learned how to fight a rebellion. Nobody. And so, everything is fine and dandy. Everybody's got their own rules, their own laws. When suddenly, more people are evacuating from Kumri. Because, apparently, there's some murmurs going around with Mara. And I'm filming a video. And so, the people of the green are next to Mara. And they don't like that because they think they're going to get attacked. Because they hear gossip about Mara attacking. So they leave. And go to some place far out. And then they find the end of this bay. And they say, hey, let's settle here. So they do. And they name their country Anestia. And they name the capital city Gaddafi. And a few years have passed. And Anestia and what's his name? Hanjoda. They both say, hey, we broke away from Barj al Ku. We would do great together. So they form an alliance called Barj al Inas. And so, people of Mara and Kunsa, they decide that they haven't done anything in a while. The people of Barj al Ku are doing a lot of stuff. They're expanding and making new countries, new kingdoms. And they're just doing nothing, spreading rumours. So, Kunsa decides they're going to go out and try and find the end of this bay. This bay right here. So they climb up and claim more and more land. Because, who knows, someone could attack at any moment. It's what happened to Mara. So, they climb up and up and up. And you never find a bay. Well, actually, they get pretty close, but they give up. And after that, they try to head back home, but they're lost. So what do? They form a new country. And they call this new country Versailles. And the name of their capital city, I know you're wondering, is Jaya. The government of Mara, they say, oh no, other kingdoms are circling this peninsula. We should have gained more land before it's too late. So, they go off to their government buildings, making a plan. But meanwhile, more exploring happens. The people of Vusai, they look out and finally find the end of the bay. And they think this would be a great port. We could do a lot of fishing here. So they decide this is legendary. The people who found this, they deserve their own kingdom. And maybe we deserve some exports and imports from them. So fine. Off to do your own country. And so they name it Marja. And name the capital city Matua. And they're living the life, they're very rich. People are jealous. And so Marsa is going to cause some more gossip. They've learnt that if you cause gossip like Mara did, you can get some countries to break up and lose power. So they go ahead and betray Vusai by spreading rumours about people on the opposite sides starting a revolution. And so the people on the other side hear this and they say, hey, that's a good idea. And so they start a revolt. And it works out because, as I said, nobody knows what to do when a revolution happens. And so a new country named Karki is made. The capital city is called Kalasai.
Okay.
So all is peaceful. And the people of Marsa decide, hey, we're rich, we can expand. So they expand to the edges of modern day Egypt, down this coast, because they wanna make their own map and see just how large this big bay here is. And they also take Israel, which isn't a good idea because there turn out to be some natives there. And they do not like that. So they start a revolt and they think, wait, we can start our own countries and fight? So they fight, revolt, start a new country called Kanai. And their capital city is called Kez. This is our map for now. Let me know if you like this map so far. Give me some suggestions about what I should do. Who knows what's going to happen next? Find out in the next episode of A New Civilization and Law.